Hello, hello, just getting started. What's up, Critics? What's up, Uncle Peter? I am about to start right now. So we can see, hey. Yeah, so this is the new camera, Critics. All I needed were some cables. I didn't need a cam link after all. Oh, will this work? Can I show you the comparison? Yep, that's the old camera over there in the corner. New camera in the center, old camera up there. Thank you. Hey, Redvine, how's it going? Thanks. Today I'm gonna do some drawings with a timer. I was thinking I ought to be doing these things faster. I'm not ready to do a countdown timer. I'm gonna do a count up timer and just see how long it takes. Yeah, it is sticky notes on the wall. They've always been there. I guess my old camera, you know, they were just too blurry or whatever. Can't actually read what they say, can you? Let me go over to the other screen. All right, that's what I did last time, Yorkie. Today, I'm gonna work on this panda ant. Oh, thank you so much for those Doritos. I always appreciate that. I really missed out on those Doritos last stream. So the panda ant is actually some kind of wasp. Technically not an ant, but it looks like an ant, so they call it that. Scudix, you heading to bed? Alright, see you later. Thanks for stopping by. I'm gonna do some quick drawings, see how fast I can do them, and maybe end it with some Among Us or another game. Oops, I should be starting that timer. Alright, there's that timer. Let's see how that goes. Shouldn't be too stressful. Okay, first... gonna get the major areas of color. Dark and then light. What's up, Daddy Ara Ara? How are you doing? I think I might actually go lighter than that. Or maybe not. Whose name is Twitchy? Are you naming the panda ant? Oh, you've been better? I'm sorry to hear that. I hope everything turns out okay with whatever's going on with you. And just fill in these dark areas. You are indeed naming the ant. This ant is named Twitchy. Okay. I'm looking forward to that Among Us lobby that you're putting together. I actually joined a server, an Among Us server called Among Us Competitive, where it's got a ranked system where, you know, if you win matches, your ranking goes up, and if you lose them, your ranking goes down. Twitchy or Bubble Butt? We're gonna go with Twitchy here in that case. But thank you for the suggestions. Yeah, I joined that server to try it out. The competitive server with MMR ratings and stuff. Not a bad experience. Some of the people were a little bit on the aggressive side. So, you know, pretty coarse language, but nothing too no deal breaker, you know. But what I did appreciate was that there was no one intentionally throwing, no one, you know, no one trolling, and people generally trying to play well. And there were some people that were like really good, and they had a Discord bot that would sort of handle everything in terms of calculating your MMR plus and minus for your wins and losses, and it had a system for like getting all the players to agree on the results, and if somebody disconnects, then the match is canceled. So I appreciate the format that they're using. Everybody about the lobby, everyone replied, now you want to find a time suitable for everyone. Yes, that would be awesome. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I would love to play with all those people that you mentioned. Because I am kind of itching for it. I need a non-troll lobby, yes. Those are the circumstances that I am suited for. You're still on the search for the 10th. Oh, 10th person? 10th player? It can be anyone who's chill at this point, because if you got 9 players that are all, you know, verified like that, as long as the 10th person isn't like the kind of person that would just ruin it for everyone, then it's all good with whoever that 10th person is. Still got a majority of the lobby, you know, being really serious. It's gonna be a fun time. I don't know if you need more than 10 people, in case, you know, because people will start later or have to leave earlier or something like that. I don't know if you've thought about that part. Oh my goodness, I've already spent 6 minutes. I actually don't know if that's good or bad. We're gonna call that okay. We're gonna call that good. I already like this. I already like the timer on this. It's gonna prevent me from spending too long on something. You have thought of getting more than 10? But you're dreading people asking you why you didn't invite them. What are you gonna do? Can't please everybody. I don't know. Does that actually stress you out a fair amount? No, I'm good. I'm talking while drawing. As long as I'm not actually stopping, then it's all good. Hey Danny, how's it going? Thank you for the raid. Oops. You're drawing a panda ant right now. A request for mixed up panda. Welcome raiders. Hey Potato Mossy, the gamers are here. Hello, hello. How did the itch games go? I was watching you a fair bit catching some clams, or I don't know if catching is the right word. Seeking out and collecting clams. It was a good time. I especially enjoyed the beach ball bit. Tayara, oh, it's potato, yep. They were all real good too. Danny, are most of those games free, or are you buying some of them? Hey, thank you for keeping our raiders well fed. Thank you for the popcorn. Uncle Peter always coming through with the snacks. Usually it's Doritos. I do like some good popcorn every now and then. All of them so far have been free, but some of them on your list are a few dollars. Oh, I should remember. I always forget to do this. Oh no, my commands didn't work. Hold on, I have to open up my chatbot. I haven't streamed in a while. There's no category for itch or indie, yeah. And if you actually made the category the actual game that you were playing, you would be like, in a lot of cases, like the only streamer on that category. Let me connect my chatbot here. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Category list, or just chatting, or something generic like that. All right, we're gonna try this one more time. Give a shout out to Hawk Danny. All right, they last played blank at. But y'all, you should check out Danny's channel, especially on Mondays. Every Monday, Danny streams these a set of 4 games that he picks out and sort of curates, and they're 4 smaller games from itch.io, indie games, usually really interesting and I don't know what to say. Not your usual fare. So always something new to see, something a little eye-opening. Danny is also a game designer working on Bird Town, which is a town with birds in it. Is that how you put it? Okay. Some kind of variety thing. I've seen some streamers do like the demos do a bunch of demos during like the Steam Game Festival and stuff, and they set their category to Steam. I don't know if there's something like that for itch, maybe. Might start embracing adventure game as a whole genre. Oh, for Bird Town. Yeah. A comedy game about a town of birds. It makes sense. Like, when you put it on the store, you sort of have to pick a genre. And there are only so many. And if you pick a really obscure one, you know, it sort of doesn't help you. So that's why for Tree Trunk Brook, we went with adventure game, even though it doesn't have a lot of the trappings that, you know, the bigger adventure games have. Which was sort of, had its pluses and minuses. Use the second darkest. Am I doing on time? 14. Today we are drawing with a timer to encourage me to go faster. Short Height has walking sim as a tag. I really wouldn't call that the best one for it though. Because it's really like 3D platformer collectathon, I felt like. Much more so than walking sim. Speedrunner indeed, Potato. When I'm doing a timer that counts up here. Whoa, wait, did it stop? Okay, no. Working with the timer that counts up here because it's the first try and I just want to see where it lands. But I'm thinking of downloading one of those widgets that speedrunners use for like splits. And I'm gonna split up my drawing sessions with that is my plan. So yeah, speedrunner. It's time to get sweaty. You know how I roll. I'm already not liking how that might be turning out. but I'm not gonna worry about these details because it's basically the lightest whites that's gonna make this ant. Ant or technically a wasp. So I'm gonna be going all over it with these. You either do great work with a timer or really struggle to deal with it. I think I'm the type that that benefits from it. Can't say I really know why. Okay, yeah, if I do that to the rest of it, I'm sure everything will work out fine. Move a layer up just in case. Hey, what's up, Gray? How's it going? Just want to make some curves to imply the shape of the head here. Before I do more of these spikies. Oops. Danny, do you play other adventure games? Brian, I got expensive. Are you talking about the drawing requests? Yes, I increased the prices on all of them, and also I actually paused entirely redemption of the detailed drawings, and I did all of that because like I am behind, and I just want people to slow down on the requests until I catch up. So I'll probably change things back, or I don't know, we'll see. I may change things back in the future. I imagine, Ara, you still got lots of points though, right? But yeah, for a moment there, it was getting to be. I have a long list. Like adventure game aspects mixed with other genres, like FPS or platforming. Oh yeah, Samorost and Tulip. Yeah, true. Those are all definitely adventure games. Adventure is so broad. It's like approaching one of those genres that sort of lose their meaning unless you add other words to it, kind of like action. It's not as bad as action, but because what do you call, like, do you call like even games like Uncharted, we call them like action adventure, right? And then adventure, when people say adventure games like on Steam, a lot of times people mean something very specific. A lot of times they mean like retro, not necessarily retro, but like that genre, if you know what I mean. A lot of detective stories, a lot of you know, the genre with all the verbs on the bottom of the screen of the things that you can do: pick up, pull, take, inspect, and whatever. Adventure game studio style games. Yep. There wasn't really anything to do about it, but I was wondering, with the adventure tag on Tree Trunk Brook, there was definitely like, I don't know if there was anything that could be done about it, but there were definitely some people who were stopping in there and were definitely expecting like something along those lines, where there's sort of like a long linear plot and those styles of puzzles. And it was like, no matter how I set my tags, I would still, no matter what, get the random people who were like expecting that kind of thing. It wasn't a big deal. It's just, you know, genres, they could be better. Alright, you have only 2 requests left in terms of the number of points that you have. Yeah, you're gonna save up. Hesitant to call it an adventure game, yes, because there's, yeah, strong connotations with that genre. I mean, mechanically, Tree Trunk Book has almost all of it. Yeah, it just was missing like a couple of elements, which made it like, made some people be like, wait, that's not an adventure game. But it technically had all of the elements except for like, there was no mystery to solve. Oh, alright, you have 2 outstanding requests. That's right. One of them's coming up real soon. Bull with flower crown. What was your other one? You had like a 2-part one that was like I forgot the name of your pet, but it was like that pet and their shadow. I'll have to like review my notes. Where am I at? Does that timer look frozen to you all? I swear it looks frozen until I like look at it and then it starts going again. Okay, 26 minutes. How fast am I supposed to be doing these? Snowy, yeah, that's right. Oh, you were thinking about No Face. I think you have more than 2 requests, Ara. Okay, that's fine. You have 3. These days, when I think about game prototypes, in so many ways, I think about it as genre first now, and like, as in what genre will this fit into, and then in what ways will it, you know, in what ways will it be a twist on that genre, or, you know, how will it be different from what people expect in that genre? It's kind of like weird and annoying in a way to think to start that way, but it's kind of like seems to make sense given where the game ends up. It's gonna end up like all the coolest stuff is always like some sort of like mixture or of genres, or like somehow is like subverting expectations of a genre or something like that, and that's great and all, but where it ends up, you know, it's gonna get shoved into one or the other one of them. Danny, yeah, you're almost trying to resist that. Yeah, I totally understand why to resist that. I would like to, in general, maybe part of it comes down to whether it's ultimately going to be commercial or personal, what kind of product it is. That's my current line of thinking with it. If I want to speed up my progress, then I can decide depending on how long a drawing took to give myself a time frame to complete it. That is sort of what how I'm thinking. I'm using this timer that counts up. I swear it's frozen again right now at 29:20. It's like not moving. But yeah, I'm gonna use this timer that counts up and just see how long the next few ones take me on average, and then use that to start setting a countdown timer. Not really resist, you're mostly just starting design processes with some kind of high concept approach, and then see what conventional genres to put that in. Yep, that makes sense. Always about the high concept. Definitely appreciate that. guess this drawing is going by pretty decently quickly. Your driving idea for whatever your next project is going to be, just make a space with scale, and whatever that becomes, I don't know. Like specifically, that wasn't an example, like a random example. That's specifically what you're doing, is make a space with scale. Been sitting on for a while and haven't stopped thinking about it. That's good. That's exciting to have something like that. I have a few too many next projects right now. It's kind of a thing. Oh, Helionaut, that's the open world one, right? Who's after Twitchy? It's a koi fish. It's a koi fish and then a panda ant. And the timer is frozen. I wonder what causes that. 3247, and if I go look at it, the moment I try to look at it, it updates. Okay, 3330. Koi fish, yeah. You haven't worked on anything except for Birdtown for over a year. Good on you. You must be making good progress then. I have actually worked on so many different things over the past year. It's ridiculous. I'm starting to think that that's all I should do. Like, I'm trying to think about how to put it. But like, what if there were a way to just get away with doing that? Just make each thing smaller, I guess, is sort of the do it with a timer. But what if? What if I did do it with a timer? You're naming him Soy. What, the koi fish? Yeah, 10-hour timer, exactly. And then if we just kept doing that, you know, the things we made in 10 hours would get better and be more finished. And some of them might start falling into similar genres as itself, like it does sometimes with Sock Pop. But that's like totally fine. Each time it's still a new and different enough like spin on it. I think I really do want to just move towards doing that. Okay, that's shaping up. I feel like this ant needs to, it like belongs on something. It's just kind of floating in the air like this. So I'm gonna give it something to stand on. And I'm at 37. What's supposed to be a good time? What do I want it standing on? Maybe something simpler. Soy or bubble? We're gonna go with soy for that one, Nora. You love how Birdtown is a game that there is no good prototype for. There's no prototype to prove that it would be good. Is that something that, just to understand what you mean, is that something that only you, the developer, would know? Know that there would not be a good prototype for. There is not a prototype to prove that it would be good. You wouldn't know it because it's not something you can prototype in 10 hours. Why? Because it's because whatever that 10-hour prototype would not have the part of it that is good. Right, okay. I see what you mean. Is that because of how far on the content side of things it is? There's like a similar thing that happens with like super systems heavy games, like simulations. It doesn't get fun until like you have like a lot of systems going on with interplay. But you can't get there very quickly. Yeah, exactly. And then some experiences that are just so large, right? Yeah, so at that point it's just the strength of your vision, you know, right? Carrying it through. Like the point to a good prototype is not 10 hours, but maybe much, much more. And that takes like some faith. I could probably keep working on this panda ant for a long time. But the timer is making me want to find a point where I tell myself to stop. And I think I like that. The only reason you didn't get red lights in thesis was because I was pitching so hard and had clear vision. Only with a month before graduation did Ben say, I think this design will work. What would you have done if you just didn't get there? I need a layer with a color just to see what's going on at the edges. Sort of catch stuff like this edge. We want fuzzy edges. Take that prototype you made at the end that was all red and make that. I don't remember a prototype that was red. Do you mean the actual color red? Yeah, all red. You start on a plane and zoom the camera through the air. Oh, are you talking about during Prototype Studio? I do remember a prototype you had that was all red. Yes, okay, I remember. So you would have just made something on that in the last month? If you got a red light, yeah. That's a fuzzy little wasp. I could keep going. I could just start stopping. Where's my timer? Maybe I'll give it until 50 minutes. I could just start stopping. went through old Bertown builds today with your collaborator, and the build that you had by the end of the showcase was actually not even close to proving anything. Hey Baldy, thank you for the raid. How's it going? How far did you get in Zelda? I've been really enjoying reliving that game vicariously by watching you die. Hufflepuff enough, how's it going? Welcome Raiders, how are y'all doing? I really do like A Link to the Past. I think it aged particularly well compared to a lot of the other Zelda games. Welcome everyone. We are drawing a panda ant here. It's technically a kind of wasp. Drawing with a timer, counting up, and yeah. Heading to bed, Danny. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the raid. Just beat the last dungeon before Ganon. You forgot the ice rod and had to backtrack all the way back to get it for that boss. Oh my goodness. The game is beautiful, right? Yeah, I really appreciate how you kind of know where you're supposed to go next, but it doesn't beat you over the head with like drawing a path of like you should go here next. Both in terms of like overall the objectives and the crystals and all that, but also even like within a dungeon. And as the later Zeldas end up doing is a lot of sort of hand-holding, which, you know, obviously it makes sense. To do that for people, but I don't know. Like I tried to replay Ocarina of Time, and I couldn't stand it. The feeling that I got from it was that instead of like designing a very compact space, a level that where like you could like sort of accidentally discover the correct path, the way forward, instead of like trying to like be clever about the way they were arranging things in Ocarina, that they relied like less on that and more towards just having Navi tell you. And I mean that's not something that bothers me a lot. It's just an observation. What did bother me were like I don't know, a lot of like a lot of long drawn out animations. I felt like that just sort of increased over time. Like, and then it was even more so in Twilight Princess. I mean, it was pros and cons, I guess. To a lot of people, that's like an increase in production values, with like more custom animations and cutscenes and stuff. So yeah, at face value, it's I can see how people see that as like progression in the games and in the series, I guess. But yeah, just the other year when I went back and tried replaying a whole bunch of them, I was just taken aback by how, in A Link to the Past, just how clean and crisp everything feels. Like really compact in a lot of ways. There's no overbearing hand holding, but you appreciate that there is some direction. Right. There's like this illusion that you're just figuring it out yourself. When, you know, realistically, there's a ton in there that like implies where you should go next and stuff. But they do a lot to make you feel like you're figuring it out on your own. And sort of out on your adventure like that. That's a panda ant. Let's see. I could keep going forever, but I am doing this on a timer. What do we say? Do we call that done? I am gonna call that done. Let me stop that timer first of all. Pause it. I'm gonna export this image and see how it looks. So what are you gonna play next, Baldy? Speaking of Zelda, I really need to play Breath of the Wild. It looks different enough that I really want to check it out. Especially those video clips that I've seen of people doing like tricks with stasis. Alright, here's a panda ant. Shove that in the corner here. I'm definitely running out of space for these drawings. Let me stick it here, see how it looks against black. You're not sure what you're playing next? Suggested Zombies 8, Ate My Neighbors. I haven't actually never played that, but I've seen it, and I've heard it's good. Open to suggestions. Do you play RPGs? Oh yeah, you were playing Super Mario RPG before. I think you were talking about Final Fantasy 3 or 6 and not liking it. I don't know if I caught everything you were saying in that conversation. It was around the time we were talking about Final Fantasy Tactics as well. Alright, let's see how far I can get on this koi fish. Oh, you love 6. You're talking about the actual 3. um, the only ones I have not played are actual 2 and actual 3. You know what? Now that I think about it, I think I played actual 3, a remake of it, on mobile on Android. You know, where they remade it to be all 3D and stuff. And I think I couldn't figure out how to get past like the one of the first dungeons. Your favorite genre, but you think they might not go well on stream? Is it sort of too long? I was watching a streamer play through Chrono Trigger, which is why I was just starting to think about all this stuff again. The SNES era had a lot of good JRPGs. But yeah, now that I think about it, I don't know how well it would work on stream. People would have to be pretty committed. Alright. Man, I wonder if I should write this down somewhere. I'm just gonna put it in Notepad for my own notes. 53:49 for the Panda Ant. Clear timer. You want a little more action. I don't know, I'd have to think about it. For myself, something I've been thinking about playing on stream is a couple of roguelikes. Roguelikes that have daily challenges. So one that I really like is Cryptid the Necrodancer. Maybe Spelunky 2. And I say ones with daily challenges because I'll just play it once on stream and see how far I get right in that go. Chrono Trigger, Earthbound, Final Fantasy III, Secret of Mana, Breath of Fire. Yeah, and then there's some of the lesser known ones that are also really interesting, like Tales of Fantasia and Lufia 2 especially. And there's this one called Live Alive or Live Alive. Live Alive. That was a really weird and interesting one. That game is like the Shortcuts or the Magnolia of JRPGs. You got like 8 different characters in 8 different worlds. Oh, Ogre Battle, yeah. Tales of Fantasia, yeah. Big fan of the series. I played Tales of Symphonia on the GameCube, and I feel like that was pretty. There was a lot. There was a lot to that one. I don't even know where to begin. Ogre Battle 64, personal top 5. If you like Tactics Advance, I think you really gotta do yourself a favor and play Final Fantasy Tactics. Because yeah, I played Tactics Advance, and it's cool. But it's very much like it's very much a small taste. Live Alive reminds you of Octopath Traveler. I have not played Octopath Traveler. Is that in any way connected to or similar to Bravely Default? Combat a little bit, nothing else. Not a fan of Bravely Default. I wasn't either. I played it a bunch. I played it a bit, and I forgot what happened. I just kind of stopped. I stopped playing JRPGs around the PS2 era. I think as they started to get longer, I started to lose my appetite for them. I think the PS1 JRPGs were a good length to not get like overwhelmed by it, I guess, or to feel like it's dragging. Ooh, this is gonna be a fast one, isn't it? Yo, Kaz, what's going on? The Bravely Default story to be kind of bleh. Yeah, Kaz, long time. How you doing? I was lurking in your stream a little bit today. You were playing Apex Legends. I didn't say anything. I was doing some work on the side. How you doing otherwise? Have you played any Among Us at any point recently? I actually did play a little bit the other day in a different server. Been so long. Did they no, you would have heard about it by now, probably. Let's do some layer management here. I'm gonna become a speedrunner with these drawings. You guys see. You guys will see. I'm gonna have split timers and everything. You're very selective on JRPGs now. Like the Tales series, Pokemon. FF15 was underwhelming. FF7 remake was great. Yeah, I played the remake. I played it all the way through. I did. Enjoy that. I enjoyed that combat system quite a bit. How have I been? I've been good. I've been busy. I haven't been streaming that much lately. I streamed today. I streamed once like last week. I streamed once like the week before that. I've really slowed down because I've been busy lately. Kingdom Hearts. What you say about getting a little defensive? They only said they like Kingdom Hearts. The World Ends With You is a must play. Okay. I have not played it. I'll write this down. I'm gonna tone down the brightness on this part of the tail. Gotta play the DS version. I look at the Android, okay, DS maybe, but I look at the Android port of various JRPGs and I'm kind of like, I don't like them. It's happened with a bunch of them. Something that especially bothers me for some reason, not because I'm some kind of purist, but because I just feel like visually, aesthetically, that bothers me is the fonts on like on like modern ports of older JRPGs when they like replace a pixel font with like a really clean, like an Arial font. It kind of messes with me. And then the other thing I see in some of these ports is when they have pixel elements in a certain resolution and other pixel elements at a different resolution. There's something that like it just jumps out at my eyes, and I'm really not like trying to be a purist or whatever. It's just I just feel like it looks displeasing to me when that happens. Like it looks like incorrect. I think I'm doing part of this fin backwards. Like it's a few bands of light with the darker parts in between. So I'm just gonna try to fill this in. That grainy font. Like those fonts look good in a modern game when the rest of everything else of the UI is looking real clean. But when you got that clean font on like a pixel, on like the background of it, it somehow just looks like it's floating above it. It just looks kind of weird, like it's like photoshopped on. I saw these YouTube videos of remastered songs from Super Mario World, and basically they got a hold of the original samples, like MIDI samples or whatever, and they basically put together a version of the songs with them, and they sound really they sound really interesting. Let me see. I'll try to let me drop a link for you. think I'm making okay progress on this fish. Pretty good given what the timer's at right now, actually. Got one fin here in front of the other one. The one behind is going to be darker. These will connect here and make the shape of the body there like that. And then we'll just fill in the rest of the fin here. Go in here and erase these bits that are sticking out. Put a background there so we can see what we're doing. Darker one, I guess. Okay, that's helpful because we're going to do away with some of these contours. I'm just going to erase that. Decent progress on the fish. Let me pause this timer at 20. And I'm gonna BRB in 1 to 2 minutes. Hello. Thank you. Yep, finished off the Panda Ant. Time was 53:49. Working on the koi fish. Current time is 20 minutes, 21 minutes. And yeah, gonna speed run these tasks. Just take off this extra bit of color on this edge here. Yeah, that's good. What did you name this? Soy? Soy fish? It's gonna clean up the mouth down here. Twitchy and Soy look good. Thank you. Thank you for naming them. I think Soy is going to be faster than Twitchy was. Twitchy had a lot of texture to it. To the Panda Ant had a lot of texture to it. This has got a mouth thing going on, but shouldn't be too difficult to wrap up. I take it you've that you're up early, Ara? I think this lip is too big on the bottom here. They're cute, thank you. In addition to cute, they are fast. Gonna do them fast. This lip can come down further, and then so can the top one actually. It's gonna bring that whole face downwards more. Up early, yeah, totally didn't stay up through the night, no. Of course you didn't. I know you wouldn't. Okay, just want to clean up the right eye a little bit. And it's going to be getting there, getting pretty close. Just brought away some of the contrast on that. Speaking of sleep, how has my sleeping schedule been? It's been, you know, it's actually been going in the correct direction. I'm not staying up as late as I used to. And, I'm getting up earlier. So, I'm probably sleeping around like 1 or 2 a.m. Which is a decent change from sleeping at like 5 or 6 a.m. Pretty big change, actually. Let me think about how I want to do this edge here. Or if I've got to install that RAM that I got. Good. Similarly, I want to soften the edge over here. Decent. That's a great improvement. Yeah, it's pretty good. You should take notes. Why do you end up staying all night? Not that you do. If you were to, why would it be? Would it be from work or the opposite of work? I'm not 100% sure I'll be satisfied with that change I just made. Wait for my computer to catch up. There we go. Define the ridges of this fin a little bit more clearly. Let's see, hypothetically speaking, if you were to hypothetically stay up through the night, You'd hypothetically chill and do all the things you would have done during the day. Hypothetically, of course. Well, hypothetically, I know the feeling. I may have hypothetically done the same thing myself. You know, I would probably just keep to my old schedule. If it weren't for work, pesky work getting in the way of everything. I'm just gonna make the top of that fin even brighter. No. What am I doing? I'll make the back fin even darker, I guess is what I'm doing. That's the right call. But I love my job. Yeah. I like parts of my job. It's good to have things like work to remind you of reality. I don't know if I want 100%. Yeah, to some extent. I like to make my own. I guess I like to make my own requirements, my own deadlines. I guess what I don't like, I'll just, to be really precise with it, is meetings. Long meetings. Yeah. And when I work on my own, it's fine. It's whenever, literally whatever time of day, it doesn't matter. Meetings, though, cannot be done whenever. Why is my pen not drawing? What's going on here? Interesting. I'm losing time on my timer for this. Why is my pen not drawing? Colors? Question mark? Huh. Save and reopen. Save, close, reopen. Huh. Oh, all right. we'll get back to that. Yes, the industry that I'm in is what I like, although yeah, most people don't have that, and I should be that's you're right, that's pretty huge. I was actually thinking of I am actually thinking of moving out of it as far as a day job, and continuing to do it just independently on my own, but not as my day job, as just sort of on the side. Not on the side, well, yeah, on the side, like on my own time. What I do after work, kind of thing. For a handful of reasons. There we go, I can draw again. What would I do for my day job? I mean, so that I could pursue something in related, like in tech, but not for a games company, for a tech company. So working on some kind of app or some kind of software or something like that. And I have a few reasons for wanting that. A lot of game companies have like this culture of overwork and or not treating their workers well, and it's pretty common. It's very much a common part of the industry. So some people, they get in and then they move out to do a similar type of job at a different type of company, but similar type of work. Because in many ways, designing a game is very similar to designing like a software product or an app, in terms of the kind of work it is. It's different, of course, but there's some similarities. So some people make the switch. Oh yeah, everything is working out great for me. It's just some long-term thoughts that I have. And besides, with the types of games that I want to make and work on, are mostly just going to be ones that are mostly going to be the kind that I want to work on with my own team or in on smaller teams, which would be stuff I'd work on like on weekends or on my, like, you know, outside of a day job. And I think I'd be happier that way in general. A lot of other people are doing it that way. Seems like a pretty good idea. I could, let's see, where am I at? I'm already at 40 minutes. actually kind of surprised by that. Because I was kind of doing this much faster than the panda ant. And then boom, suddenly I'm taking a similar amount of time. Subtle, but it's visible. Makes a difference. Wonder if I'm gonna smooth out the edges between these highlights and these shadows, but also kind of not. They also sort of work fine. I don't feel like I need to. Panda ant, I wrote it down. 53 minutes, 49 seconds. What would happen if I gave myself permission to just stop? I'm gonna test the limits. Let's see, am I satisfied with that? I'm just gonna fill up this whole screen with drawings. Ooh, spicy. Yep. If I were to just stop right here, what would my time be? 42:54. I could just stop and call that a time save. Okay, let's see. So the other day was a Yorkie. Then it was the panda ant. And then it was the koi fish. What was the ant's name? Twitchy or Twitch? Twitchy? And koi, soy. None of them are named Bubble Butt. Twitchy and soy, yes, yes. Coming up, let's see, we've got a bull with a flower crown, Snorlax on a small skateboard, Chewbacca, a water bear, a baby bunny, golden retriever puppy with Callie. Yours is next, but I don't think I'm gonna do it right now. Let's see, the last two I did in 53.49 and 42.54. So I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna start another one. But yes, yours is next. Do I know what flowers you're gonna use? No, well, I had some notes here. I'd have to like scroll through my notes actually. But there is a list. I got a list somewhere around here. It's gonna be based on the list of flowers that you mentioned. Yep. You gave me a long list though, so I'm not using all those flowers. I'm probably gonna pick like 2 or 3 out of those and make a crown out of those. Let me see what's going on Discord. Among Us lobby? Nope, not at all. You have an idea what you want your next request to be, but you're stuck between 2 options. What are your 2 options? There was a lobby earlier, but it disbanded quickly after trolls entered. Oh my goodness. That's why you left earlier and missed part of the stream to deal with that. Were you dealing with it as like a mod? Or were you dealing with it sort of as like, were you in there playing? Characters in Spirited Away. Either a detailed drawing of Haru, a dragon, or a cartoon drawing of the baby and bird that get transformed into a mouse and smaller bird book-like thing. I watched Spirited Away a pretty long time ago. I think it was more than 10 years ago that I watched it, so I might need help remembering who those characters are. Oh, you're a VC mod now, okay. So you get tickets. How do you like that work? It's nerve-wracking. There's a big reason I didn't want to be a mod. I didn't want to be like called in to deal with somebody else. I'm sure I could do like a good job or whatever, but it's too much responsibility. When you applied, you told them you're never applying for anything higher, right? Do you have to deal with a lot of tickets? I'm just kind of looking back at my the drawings that I've done so far. Oh, you didn't see the elephant finished? There it is. Put it back on. I don't know what color it's supposed to be. White, okay. Depends on who gets first dibs. So people actually like try to be first? It just depends on, well, I guess that's why you're putting dibs in quotes. It just depends on who clicks on it first or whatever. This is still one of the best ones. It's not that you compete, but it is whoever clicks on it first, right? I remember putting in a report and then, yeah, it just put me into a channel. A bunch of people can click on it. Yeah, now that I think about it, there was more than, I think there was more than one person in that channel. I was thinking with this one, should it actually have blending options and go to stroke? It should actually have like a white stroke around it, I think. I don't know if you can actually tell that difference. Isabel, how are you doing? Good morning. Good actual morning. It's nighttime for me, but I know it's morning for you. Thanks for stopping by, Isabel. How are you doing? Just going through a bunch of drawings here. Yeah, I was thinking, let me see. I'll put a background so you could actually see what I'm talking about. Because it appears on a black background like so. And then you see how now on the black background, like the contours of it are getting lost in there. So what I was thinking, what I was talking about here is putting a stroke on it, a white stroke around it. Yeah, an outline. Whoa, that's a bit. I don't know if that's too thick or not. Maybe that's 5 pixels, maybe 4 pixels. You're fine? Great. I am good. Yeah, I've been a little busy lately. So I've been streaming a little bit less. Yes, day job stuff. So the past couple weeks have been a little busier than I have been before, but otherwise I'm doing great. The work is pretty easy actually so far. It's just I have more of it than before. Yes, let me put some outline around this. I think actually to best tell I should look at it kind of small. Yeah, let me check the outlines now. So got a stroke of 4 pixels. This is a stroke of 5 pixels. Actually, I think I like the 5. So let me save that and export that version to replace the current version. You forgot what you named them? Are you talking about the panda ant? That was named Twitchy, and then the koi fish, you named it Soy. Okay, so let me check my work here. I'm going to hide this. Oh, your Hector drawing, I didn't do it yet. That's why I'm starting to draw with a timer here, to make sure I don't spend too long on the drawings, because I have been falling behind on the drawings. So yeah, that's why I'm doing them on the timer, and that's why I actually paused any new requests, because I have quite a few to go here. So here's the crab. We can't see the black outlines because it's a black background. Now I'm gonna add in the new version of the crab that has, but yeah, I'm sorry Isabel, I didn't get to do it yet, but I'll let you know right away when I do get to it. Yeah, better with that white outline. I think it's much better with the white outline. So gonna keep it. You had snow the last days and Hector loved it. Ooh. We had a lot of snow here too. One of the days we got a lot. A lot. Like a whole foot. What is a foot? What is a foot? A foot is 0.3 meters. A third of a meter. That's how much snow we got last week. Looks like I'm not gonna get an Among Us lobby anytime soon here. Let me show you what, I don't know if you saw it, Isabel, but what I finished today was this Yorkie dog. Oh, no way, I didn't finish that one today, but I finished that one recently. And what I finished today was this panda ant. I wonder if you know about the panda ant, Isabel. I know you know a lot about insects. The panda ant is a wasp. People call it an ant because it looks like one, and panda ant because it's white and black like that. And then I finished the koi fish. Pretty quick job at this one, but I'm trying to do them faster. So the panda ant was 53 minutes and the koi fish was 42 minutes. Check my DMs, you sent me something? Oh, okay, thank you. Some references. I remember the dragon. And oh yeah, okay, this mouse. Alright, well, that was a productive stream, and what I'm going to do now is send over a raiding party over to another streamer. So, hey, Potato. Yep, finished the koi. I finished 2. Speed running here. Panda ant and koi fish. But yeah, I'm gonna start a raid on Holy Guacamole. They are playing Animal Crossing. Yep. Have a good night. Have a good morning, Isabel. Have a good morning, Ara. And to everyone else, have a good night. And I'll see you all again soon. Thanks as always for hanging out. Gonna clickety click here. And then clickety click there. Yep, always good chatting with you. Alright, I'm out. See you later.